Lasting powers of attorney are very important legal documents which are quite often overlooked. There are two different types of lasting power of attorney, a property and financial affairs document and a health and welfare document. These are documents that you can prepare now whilst you are able to understand the purpose and scope of them, to choose who you trust to step into your shoes and assist you with decision making if you ever experience capacity issues. As you might expect, under the Property and Financial Affairs document, your attorneys effectively step into your shoes and support you in making financial decisions. And under the Health and Welfare Lasting Power of Attorney document, your attorneys step into your shoes if you are unable to communicate your wishes in relation to your health and welfare, and they will make decisions for you in that regard. The Property and Financial Affairs Lasting Power of Attorney replaced the Enduring Power of Attorney in October 2007. Provided an Enduring Power of Attorney was prepared correctly prior to that date, it is still on the face of it a valid document and it can still be used by your attorneys. However, we would recommend anybody who prepared an Enduring Power of Attorney to take legal advice to review the document and check that it is still fit for purpose. There are differences between enduring powers of attorney and financial lasting powers of attorney, and your legal advisors will be able to explain these to you. It may be more appropriate to prepare a new lasting power of attorney and revoke your earlier enduring power of attorney.
A health and welfare lasting power of attorney gives the client's attorneys the power to make decisions about things such as where they should live and what type of care they should receive. It also allows the attorneys to make decisions about the client's daily routine and medical treatment. Without this document, typically social services would make best interests decisions on a client's behalf, and whilst they would take into account the views of the client's loved ones, ultimately having a health and welfare lasting power of attorney in place really puts the client's loved ones in the driving seat when it comes to decision making. A property and financial affairs lasting power of attorney gives the client's attorneys the power to make almost any type of financial decision for the client whilst following certain guidelines. The powers and responsibilities of your attorneys include the ability to buy and sell property, manage investments, shareholdings, pensions and bank accounts. If someone loses capacity without having put a property and financial affairs lasting power of attorney in place, to be able to make financial decisions for that person, someone must apply to the Court of Protection to be appointed as their financial deputy. This process can be expensive and time-consuming, and no one has authority to access or manage the client's finances during that period of time. This can cause significant cash flow issues for the client and for their loved ones. Additionally, the client does not get the opportunity to choose who applies to be appointed as their financial deputy. Rather, that person effectively nominates themselves as the right person to make financial decisions on behalf of the client. It is therefore clearly far better to put lasting powers of attorney in place ahead of time. We often liken the documents to insurance policies. Hopefully they will not be needed, but should something unexpected happen, it makes life a lot easier.
A client can prepare lasting powers of attorney themselves, either online via the government website or using the paper forms. The process involves completing the paperwork, arranging for it to be signed by all parties, and then submitting the document for registration at the Office of the Public Guardian. This is the government body that regulates powers of attorney. An important point to note is that lasting powers of attorney cannot be used by attorneys until they have been formally registered. We therefore almost always recommend that our clients arrange to register their powers of attorney at the time of making them so that they are ready to be used if ever needed. In order to ensure the documents are fit for purpose and drafted in line with the client's wishes, we always suggest that legal advice is taken in relation to preparing and registering lasting powers of attorney. In particular, care should be taken in relation to who the client appoints as attorney, how they appoint their attorneys if there are more than one, when the attorneys are authorised to act and step in, and any particular powers that need to be given to the attorneys to ensure that they are able to effectively manage the client's affairs.
We have an experienced team of lawyers who regularly advise on preparing and registering lasting powers of attorney and who will be very happy to help.